Hello, Z Toilet family. Ready for some juicy gossip? Well, you're in for a treat. The second part of episode 76 is just around the corner, and I've got the inside scoop you won't want to miss. Why am I so confident, you ask? Well, let me spill the beans with one mega reason. Boom is back in action. Boom's been buzzing like a hyperactive bee, dropping hints and teasers about the new episode to a bunch of Skibidi creators. And today, I've gathered all the best nuggets of info we've got so far. Plus, I'll decode some of Boom's cryptic responses, because who doesn't love a good mystery, right? But wait, there's more. I'll reveal what's so special about episode 76's second part, dig into the hidden lore, and uncover the secrets Boom might be keeping from us. So, grab your tea, snacks, and maybe even a cozy blanket. Trust me, you'll want to stick around till the end, because I've saved the wildest, most mind-blowing details for last. Let's dive in. Let's go! But before I jump into discussing the interviews that Boom gave to several Russian Skibidi creators, I would actually like to start with something really wholesome and funny first, which you guys were pretty hyped about recently. Alright, so set that side mission aside, and let's go to Boom's brief chat with Razorplay and Pharrell, two Russian inventors of Skibidi. This is what we discovered about it. Let's begin by going over the Razorplay questions. It's a pretty great concept because the questions he asked Boom were really submitted by his subscribers rather than by him directly. In addition, I'm going to be doing some Q&A sessions shortly. If you're interested in taking part in something similar, please make sure to join my official Discord channel where I provide all the pertinent details on events that are open to channel subscribers. Alright, but let's move on. For what period of time will Astro Arc continue in the series, and will there be some other arc afterwards? Was Boom's initial query to Razorplay. Boom just replied, yes, without providing any other information. Thus, I think his response may have applied to the second portion of the query from Razorplay, as there wasn't really a method to respond to the first portion in this manner. To be completely honest with you guys, I wasn't surprised to learn that there will be another story arc following Astro Toilet's involvement. The advent of the new race is only one of the several story side arcs that I have been anticipating for a number of films in a row. In the Skibidi Toilet series, I can see where this is headed, even if Boom seems to be quite private about it. There's no chance that Astro Toilets won't be the last narrative shock we have to deal with, because the show's backstory gets more intricate with every new episode. Alright, let's go on to the next query. Where did the secret agent come from? Was the second query from Razorplay. Let me clarify one thing. Asking Boom questions like these, or questions that need disclosing too much about the future storyline of Skibidi Toilets, is quite dangerous. Boom, with very few exceptions, never divulges large amounts of information all at once. Instead, he generally reserves his biggest teasers for us to guess about. It appears that Razorplay subscribers were still holding out hope that Boom will provide a clear response to this query. Naturally, though, he responded in his typical way. That is, by just responding with this incredibly ambiguous, upward-pointing finger emoji. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm at a loss for an explanation when it comes to it. How exactly did the Skibidi virus appear? Was the next query posed by Razorplay. He also said in the video that the disorganized manner the Skibidi Toilet series has been developing from episode 7 is why he felt compelled to pose this query. It's common knowledge that the series began life as a meme with no distinct narrative. I've also brought up this subject on my channel several times. I encourage you guys to constantly remember that the older episodes were a lot more speculative and not so serious, in contrast to the recent episodes from Boom, especially when it comes to the ties to some earlier episodes or allusions, and we have to come up with some clear interpretation. When forming our own assumptions and interpretations, we ought to rely on that. Regarding the inquiry, especially regarding the Skibidi virus, Boom essentially responded with the same response, which greatly disappointed Razorplay. I'll say it again, asking Boom very in-depth, serious questions isn't really helpful, because he will attempt to be as evasive as possible. This was the case with this particular inquiry as well. Do Astro Toilets have their own scientist? Was the next question posed by Razorplay. Honestly, I think this is a pretty intriguing topic, even though it wouldn't be too hard for me to answer on my own. Given the quantity of brand new astro toilets that we have observed lately, it makes sense to believe that someone is creating them or developing innovative ideas for technical approaches to activate them. Boom's maybe response to Razor Play really validated my theories here. Alright folks, that worked. At last, a meaningful response has arrived, instead of just a meaningless emoticon. The second question Razor Play posed to Boom is related to some outside circumstances surrounding the production of the Skibidi Toilet series, rather than the series itself. The query was, will it be possible for you to get your own team to produce new episodes for the series? Boom responded with an additional, maybe. To the best of my knowledge, Boom used to make his episodes entirely on his own. However, more lately, he began enlisting the assistance of other animators and YouTube producers. It seems to me that all will come down to when an entire crew is working on his series in the future. That's great news, since it implies that new episodes will air more frequently, and there's a chance the show's quality may improve even more. To be honest, I'm rather enthusiastic about this. Where did the alliance come from? Was the sixth Razor Play question. This was just another beginner error in asking the question, so Boom responded with his go-to emoji once again. Is the very first Skibidi toilet from the pilot episode an astro toilet? And is he still alive? Razor Play persisted in her questioning. Boom replied with a straightforward no. This solution, in my opinion, covers both aspects of this challenging subject. I'm not even kidding when I say that this response was extremely helpful in terms of lore, since it suggests that, at first, the Skibidi virus might not have had any connection to astro toilets, a separate branch of Skibidi toilets. Furthermore, this response is not imply that the original Skibidi toilet, which was also a model for male Zoo 7, will thereafter play a significant part in the series. Narrative. The eighth question was then posed by Razor Play, and my gosh, that was a long one. To put it briefly for you all, the inquiry was essentially asking whether or not ultrasonography was astro toilet's primary vulnerability, and whether or not it could beat them. Will an ultrasound technique be used to upgrade Titan speakers? To be honest, I could even go over all of this information for you guys because Boom responded. You'll never guess. But yes, once more, it was the finger emoji. Is the multiverse of Beatbox connected to Skibidi toilets in any way? Was the question posed by Razor Play. In fact, Boom responded with a maybe. Since Boom informed Steak a few months ago that it would be extremely impossible for the male Zoo 7 character from the multiverse of Beatbox to make an appearance in the Skibidi series, to be quite honest, I truly did not expect such an answer. Was Boom being cunning once more, or might there be a relation to Beatbox's multiverse, with the exception of male 07? Seemingly, the future will have to tell. Which new episodes after episode 80 will be the hottest in your opinion? Was the next query posed by Razor Play. Boom said, all of them. And I thought it was a really amazing reaction. I have a lot of expectations for all of his next episodes, so it better be true. If there is a new race, will it fight for Skibidi or for the Alliance? Was the final query from Razor Play. Boom responded to it with an ellipsis, which was essentially no response at all. Does this imply that he didn't truly plan for the new race to exist, or that he would keep its arrival a secret until the very end? To be honest, I'm rooting for a more imaginative version to prevail. Not all of the delicious details about the next storylines of the Skibidi Toilet series were revealed in this interview, though. Forel, a different Russian Skibidi maker, also posed questions to Boom, as I said at the opening of this film. Will we ever see a canonical spin-off, sequel, prequel, or some other project regarding the Skibidi Toilet series? Was the question posed in the first, quite long one. Boom gave a resounding yes for the near future. I've always wanted to see more animation projects based on the Skibidi Toilet's mythos, so this response truly pleased me. There are a ton of interesting concepts that might be developed in them. The most apparent one is the storyline of astro toilets and where they came from, which could be included in one of the prequels. Will there be remade versions of short episodes, like it happened to the first season of Skibidi Toilets? Was Forel's second query. Boom said, I won't really have time for this, and his reasoning makes perfect sense. To be very honest, I don't think we'll see any more redone shorts because Boom continues to provide us with a ton of hidden sequences in season collections or whole versions of his segmented episodes. Is the Skibidi Toilet series happening in our modern time? Was Pharrell's third query. No, it is not the current times, Boom said. I find this to be really intriguing. It seems like we are seeing a different past or something, but I'm not quite sure what. Are there any limitations or restrictions for TV men's teleportation? Was his fourth query. Boom responded to this intriguing topic by saying, there are certain requirements for it. I found this solution to be rather apparent because TV men would be far too powerful if they had unrestricted teleportation. The following inquiry was, is there some secret that could easily change our whole perspective on one of the races of the Alliance? Boom said in response, maybe. Never one to give up, Pharrell posed another query. Do Titans and races of the Alliance use different types of energy, or just one type of energy that changes its color? I thought this query was a little strange, but Boom answered it rather clearly. They use different energy. This is genuinely rather fascinating. The last question from Pharrell was, is there an episode where you left some crucial hint or detail for the Skibidi plot that everybody missed? Boom answered, oh, there is, and not just one. This really shook me because it shows how many details Boom actually leaves for us in his episodes. Even though we're trying to make the best analyses possible, we can still miss something. This is one of many things that makes the Skibidi series so exciting and well developed. I can give Boom props for that. That concludes our discussion for today. Hopefully you found today's video entertaining. If so, please leave a comment and click the like button below. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see the latest, most fascinating videos that I post. Z Toilet, that was me. I'll see you.